The eyes of the mystical green man are upon us all. Hail to the green man, Lord of the woodland, hail. Here's my tapestry of the green man, and I have him on one wall of my temple room, and above him I have a beautiful lush green pentagram with the evergreens and the red berries, the holly. It's so beautiful. And the masks. You know, they sometimes describe the face of the green man as a leafy mask or a foliate mask. And I think that's true. And I have here some other images of the green man, which I love. Here's one of the green man. I'm collecting these faces of the four seasons. This is the green man of winter. And you see he's got the pine cones and the evergreens. You know, we honor him at the Christmas time season, or Yule. And this is one image of the green man, which I just love. And you see the green man has many faces. He's not limited. But there's a big face, and there's one of my smaller ones. I have also this other green man plaque, which is just beautiful. It's the green man in the spring. And I love this one. I bought this one particularly because you see the purple flowers? Those are periwinkle. And where I live, those are native to our area. We have a lot of periwinkle. And whenever I see the periwinkle, I knew that spring is here. So when I saw the green man with one of my favorite flowers, I said I had to have him. So we got the green man of the spring as well. And I like to think of my wall tapestry as the green man of the summer, because in the summer the foliage in my area is so rich and lush. And so this captures his energy as well. Well, I thought we'd go out and have a little stroll outside, and we'll talk a little bit more about the green man, so come hang with us. All right, Tubies, time for a fashion check. Cool green mystical mask. Check. Green dashiki, check. Black jeans, check. Black loafers, check. And of course, Louie, who goes everywhere with me. I think we're ready to go out on the town. Come on along. Well, Tubies, we're outside. I tell you, our sun, Laura, is beaming down. Bright and shining. Hail to the sun, Lord. Hail. Do we see the face of the green man? The green man is the pagan god of nature. He's found in living green things. As I was showing you earlier, many times his face will emerge out of the greenery. It's so good to walk with you guys today. You know, I've really been working on attuning to the green man. He's one of my deities. And my shirt I'm wearing today is a green shirt. You're probably going to see PsychicBob wearing green a lot more because I really love this color and I feel it's a sacred color. Do you know in the old days that not just anybody could wear green? It was considered such a sacred color that to wear it could upset the fairies. And if you did wear green or have green cloth, it was made by special women who had owned the secret of the dyes, and it was considered a sacred tradition, the whole dyeing of the cloth. So green is a sacred color. And actually many religions of the world have green as a sacred color. So Wicca has it, the ancient Celtic faiths had it, and even in modern day Islam, green is considered a sacred color. It's considered the color of heaven, the color of paradise. And when I walk among such lush greenery, it really does feel very heavenly and paradisical to me. And so we're here today just living among the green. Is it green where you live? Some of you I know live in the desert. What's it like in the desert? Even in the desert there's greenery. Because remember my saying that green equals life. Well, PsychicBob's been working all morning. I've been doing private readings. I want to say thank you to all you've been calling for readings. If you've called and asked for a reading, I will get back to you. I've got a little bit of a backlog, but PsychicBob will get to you, so thank you for your patience. But I think it's time for a little lunch break, and we're going to continue to talk about the green man and green magic today. I'm going to teach you a magical charm that's very easy that you can make within 5 minutes to have some magical green energy in your life. But let's get some food first, shall we? Speaking of the wonder and mystery of green, do you guys recognize this little tree? This little tree is the one that sits here on the corner. And back in the early spring, it was shorn down and it looked bare. And I said, poor thing, looked pitiful. But I said, just give it a while. And here a few months later, it's regrown in such a beautiful and lush way. This is very much a sign of the presence of the green man, that he brings life to all the earth. And this little tree, which looked so pitiful just a few weeks ago, is now lush and green. That's magic. Green magic is about life. And so when we bring that color, that frequency of green into our lives, we're embracing life force. We really are. If you study the color green, you'll realize that green is actually a combination color. It's made of the colors blue and yellow. And so, like for example, in this plant here, we see a lot of yellow coming through. The leaves have yellow tint to them, and then some of them are greener and some are yellow. This is a plant where the color green is predominated more on the yellow side. But other plants have blue as a stronger factor. And if we look at the rich green grass here, it has a bluer tint than that plant, for example, which has a yellow tint. So your green could be a little more towards the blue, or a little bit more towards the yellow. Or it might just be the perfect balance between them. So as you look at the greenery, ask yourself, does it have blue or yellow in predominance, or is it a nice balance? You'll notice that there are literally a billion, if not more, different shades and tints of green. It's an amazing color because it runs the spectrum from light to dark and yellow to blue to bluish green to yellowish green. It's an amazing color. It's funny because you could have a color that is a bright yellow green, kind of like chartreuse, and you could put it next to a deep blue green, like an aqua blue green, and yet you would each say each of them are green. But in some ways they're almost like totally different colors, yet they're still of the green spectrum. So green is an amazing color with a million shades. You know, as I reflect on the color green today, I'm reminded of an experience from my own life in my youth. When I was in high school, I think many of you know, I used to do drama. I was part of the drama club and did all the theater, and I loved it. And one time, my teacher, we were doing a Shakespeare play, I think it was. Can't remember which one, but anyways, my outfit that they had for me, we had people doing costumes. They made my costume in shades of blue and green. And I thought, you can't wear blue and green together. It's just not done. Now, don't ask me where I got that idea. I'm not a fashionista. But in those days, I always heard you can't wear blue and green together. So I told my drama teacher, Rusty was her name, Rusty Klaus. I said, Rusty, I can't wear blue and green. You can't mix those together. It's not right. And she said, really, why not? I said, it's just not done. Don't ask me why, but I was very adamant about this. And Rusty said, well, I think you can. I said, no, I'm not wearing this outfit. Now, people had spent time making this costume, and here I was being a prima donna about it. But you know what? So what she said to me, she says, come with me. I said, what? She said, just come on, let's go outside. And we walked outside, and she said, now I want you to look at something. She said, yes. She said, do you see those trees there? And we had trees out back like this. And she said, what color are they? Green? I said, yeah, they're green. And she said, and look at the sky. And she said, what color is the sky? I said, well, the sky's blue. And she says, isn't it beautiful seeing these trees blooming? I said, oh, it is lovely, isn't it? And she said, now let me ask you something, Bob. She said, have you ever thought that the trees clashed with the sky? And in that moment, I had an awareness that blue and green could go together. And in fact, it's all over the earth. So that myth that you can't wear blue and green together is not really true, because all of the earth is blue and green. And so guess what? I ended up wearing that blue and green costume, and it ended up looking just fine and had a good show. So remember that if you ever have somebody criticize you and say you can't wear blue and green, take them out and show them the trees and show them the sky and ask them, do the trees ever clash with the sky? And the truth is no, it looks beautiful. Think about that. Well, Tubies, here I am outside one of my favorite places is Shooters, and they've got the lucky pentagram at the door. You know the old Wiccans say, may the 5 be ever at your door, and that's a reference the 5 points of the sacred star. So you know any place that puts a star outside, it's got Psychic Bob's vote. Well, let's go in and get some food, shall we? Come on along. Tubies, I am safely ensconced in my booth at Shooters. It's a cool 96 degrees outside today, which is about 38 Celsius. So to give you a sense, for those in Europe, 38 Celsius, about 96 degrees US. Ooh, it's warm today. But I'm cooling down. I got 3 drinks today. I wanted water because I'm dehydrated, and they know I always drink Coke, so they brought me a Coke. And then the bartender said, "You look like you need a martini." So I said, "Okay, I'll have 3 drinks. Why not?" PsychicBob can have 3 drinks. I'm working on the martini. That's my fave at the moment. Hits the spot. You know, I've been reading a wonderful book by one of my favorite authors. Marion Green is her name. And I'm not being endorsed by her or this publisher. But there's a wonderful book I'm reading called Wild Witch. And it talks about green magic and the power of the Greenland. And they talk a little bit about the Green Man and how he was carried into the Christian churches even. And this is true in England. I've seen this. You don't see it in the United States really as much, but in Britain you see the Green Man everywhere. It says, I'm going to read this to you. It says, "In Britain, the tree hides the god of nature, the Earth Mother's consort. Look around ancient cathedrals and churches and see amid the carvings of the roof bosses green men, foliate heads, and human faces with leaves, flowers, and vines emerging from the mouth, hair, and beard. Here is the old god, hidden in the buildings of the incoming Christian church, showing that the old religion would still have its representatives among the newer symbolism." See, the Green Man gets in even into the churches who tried to ban him. I recommend this book, Wild Witch by Marion Green. Really great book. Today I'm wearing my beautiful Green Man pendant. Wearing charms of the Green Man is one way to attune to this ancient deity. This is a beautiful pewter charm with a green crystal inlaid in the third eye. And the Green Man sees the coming future of the earth, and so his third eye is open, ever present, watching, praying against humanity's destruction of the Greenland. So you could wear a Green Man pendant as a way to attune to the Green Man. There are a lot of ways actually to attune. So for example, you could wear a Green Man pendant. You could also wear green clothing, like I'm wearing this green shirt today, as you can see it. You see, that's another way. We're going to talk more about charms of the Green Man in just a few minutes. But right now, look what arrived. My lunch arrived. And I got their blackened chicken pasta dish. Oh, it's so good. It's fresh made with, looks like Parmesan cheese and pasta and tomatoes. And oh, it's a delicious cream sauce. I love it. Yum. Oh, this pasta and this cream sauce with cheese is amazing. Amazing. Yum. Got my vote. Many of you may remember, speaking of magical charms, that a few weeks ago I did a video on the purple cord. And as a member of the Order of the Purple Cord, all members wear a purple cord, either as a wrist or as a wristband or as a necklace. And so here's my purple cord that I wear every day to remind me of my service and devotion to the Order of the Purple Cord. It's actually an ancient tradition that goes back into paganism to wear cords, magical cords, for protection, for blessing, for not magic. Even the Catholic Church carries it on. There's the mystical cord of St. Joseph that people wear for St. Joseph's protection, or the cord of St. Philomena for her protection. Her cord is red and white, and St. Joseph's cord is white. And I think on the St. Joseph's cord, they have 7 knots tied in the cord. It's all really not magic, cord magic. It comes from the ancient pagan traditions, but the Catholic Church carries it on as well. And in Wicca, we always wear cords still and carry on the old pagan tradition. So today I thought I would teach you a very simple and magical charm that you can wear called the Cord of the Green Man. And this is a simple charm that you can make very quickly and easily. And all you need are 2 items. One, some green cord or thread. I'm using actually green yarn. And you can pick that up at any craft store nowadays. They have, at least at my local craft store, they have tons of green yarn. So anyways, I chose this green. It's a beautiful kind of a mottled green. It's different shades of green. I just think it looks lovely because as you look at plants, they kind of shift their shade of green. Like we saw earlier, that plant that was green and yellow and some that are bluish green. So I just chose this because I think it's a beautiful green. And then you'll need a pair of scissors, of course, to trim your cord. That's all you'll need. And once you acquire the shade of green that you want, and again, remember, this has to speak to you, so get a green that you like. All right, there's no one green. It could be blue green, yellow green, Kelly green, emerald green, forest green. I mean, there are a million shades of green, as I've told you. Find it and then cut off about 16 inches of cord. So we've got our 16 inches, and we're going to just trim it off here. Just like that. Now you've got a beautiful cord. Simple cord. Now, some people with their cords like to tie knots in it as a sign of prayer and blessing. I think for the green man, we think of the God aspect in Wicca as also having a triple aspect of Father, Son, and Sage. That's right. Not only is the goddess a triple goddess, the God is as a trinity, as a triple aspect of the Father, Son, and Sage. So I'm going to add 3 knots to my cord. Now, I couldn't feel myself making a knot, but I tied one small knot there in the middle of the cord. So with that, I invoke the Father, and I call Green Man, Father, God. We invoke you through this knot. May your presence be in it. And so this knot is an offering and a prayer to God, the Father, or the Father God. And now here I made a second knot. This knot is to the Sun, the young God aspect, the young male deity. There are many ancient pictures of Lord Dionysus as a youth. He was also considered an aspect of the Green Man and the Horn God. So this is the God in his young aspect. And then we'll make another knot further down the cord to the Sage aspect. And here is our third knot to the Sage. So we've made a prayer to the Father, the Son, and the Sage. Or if you want, you can just make your knots and do one prayer and say, we invoke the powers of the Green Man and his aspects as Father, Son, and Sage. We ask for his youth and energy, his wisdom of fatherhood, and his ancient knowledge of old age to be with us as we wear this cord. So mote it be. And then you want to tie the cord around your wrist, and as you make the binding knot, you can do a prayer and say, by the wearing of this cord, may I be attuned to the energy of the Green Man. May I have his blessing, his protection always, and his guidance. Help me to attune, Green Man, to your presence, and to honor and care for the rich green earth, to never take it for granted, and to be thankful for your gifts every day. Bless me through the wearing of this cord. So mote it be. So mote it be. And now I've tied the final knot. And then with the loose ends, that's why I'm saying have about 16 inches, because if you have a cord too short, you won't be able to hold it and tie if you're doing it by yourself. So the longer cord allows you to hold one end while you tie the other. And then with the extra, just trim it down so it's not straggling. And there we've trimmed off the long ends of our cord. And now we have a beautiful green cord with our knots, with our prayers infused in them. And this is a form of cord magic, very simple, but very powerful. And some of you can say, well, PsychicBob, I remember the order of the purple cord. Can I wear the purple cord and the green cord? Absolutely. You can wear as many cords as you want. And some of you are going to say, PsychicBob, I'm not a member of the order of the purple cord. Can I still wear the Green Man cord? Absolutely. The Green Man cord is for anybody who wants to tune to the Green Man and his magic and the magic of the green earth and green witchcraft. So wear the green cord with reverence and respect and honor. Make it a prayer, and it will bless and protect you. So the wearing of the cord every day is a blessing and a protection. Now, after a while, your cord may get dirty or grungy. I actually wear mine in the shower, and it gets washed every day, so it stays clean. But after a while, even the best of cords will get grungy. And at that time, you can remove them, just snip them off, and then it's traditional to burn them because they're sacred. So burn the cords when you're done, and then put on new cords. In fact, what I would do is prepare new cords before you take them off so that when you burn them, you can put new ones on right away and you won't be without the protection of the cord. But this is a wonderful little charm of the Green Man to help you remember him, to pray to him, and to be aware of the energy of the earth so you'll be mindful how you live each day. So there you go, guys. A really simple charm, but one that is very powerful. We've got the blessing of the Green Man with us. So let me know below, do you think you could make this charm, or maybe you already wear a green cord? I'd love to hear from you. What's your thoughts on the green charm? Are you going to make one? Oh, Tubies, that was a great lunch. I always had the best time as shooters. There's our Magic Star. And when it gets cooler, I'll sit outside. They have this wonderful patio seating now, which I just really enjoy. But I'm going to head on back now. Ooh, that Sun Lord is coming down. Let's take a look at our Sun Lord. Ooh, there you are. Hail to the Sun Lord. He's shining down, blessing us all. Hail, Sun Lord. A little bit of haze today, but not too bad. Well, let's go on along, shall we? Well, Tubies, it was so nice to hang out with you today, and I'm walking here by the lush bamboo grove. I just love the bamboo. Again, aspects of the Green Man I'll find here. You know, it's so important to attune to the Green Man. We need to honor the earth. And I think one of the best ways to honor the Green Man is through simple acts of daily devotion. Not only should we wear our cords, but our cords should remind us to reverence the earth. How can we do that? Well, simple things like doing recycling. You know, where I live at our building, we have special bins to recycle aluminum, glass, and plastic. You could add a little recycling to your day, and that would be honoring the Green Man. Also, reverence the trees, talk to them, be kind to them. Bring gifts of water to plants, especially if you're in an area where there's a drought. Maybe bring a little water to a plant. Take care of a plant. Honoring the green is not hard, but it takes awareness. It takes a consciousness of reverence. And I think that the worship of the Green Man is found in reverence. And so honoring the earth, honoring the green, wearing green as a symbol to remind you. You know, when you wear green, one, you're attuning to the Green Man and the magic of the Fae, but you're also being a witness to the truth of life, because green equals life. So when people stop you and say, what a beautiful green outfit you're wearing, it's an opportunity to say, well, I wear green as a sacred color, and to share the truths that you know of the Green Man and of the Wicca. Just some thoughts for you today. Also, I want to remind you guys, don't forget to go register for this weekend's Psychic Development class. On Saturday, I'm teaching a class on Zoom on the fairies, working with the Fae folk and how that tunes in to spiritual development. So definitely go register over at PsychicBob.com. That's my website below. You'll see the link below. You can go over there, watch, read my website, learn about my work as a psychic, and register for classes, readings, all of that. It's all over my website. So go over and subscribe. You can also register at my website. There's on the blog page, there's a registration, so you can go over and be a member of my website. I'm going to be doing more stuff this summer on the website. Hopefully I'll be able to broadcast there soon. So keep following us, keep watching us. Guys, if you've enjoyed this today, please help me out. Like this video, favorite, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. We'd love you to be here. And give me a call if you want to get on my schedule for a reading. 703-825-3929 is my office number. I'd love to hear from you guys. So, anyways, guys, make sure, tell me in the box below, are you going to make a green cord bracelet, or do you already wear one? How do you honor the Green Man? Let's have a discussion. I want to hear from you guys. You guys are best. Well, PsychicBob loves you. We'll be back here tomorrow for Thursday, Vlog Thursday. I'm not sure where we're going, but we'll have an adventure. I'll see you guys then. I love you. Until tomorrow, may all of you always blessed be.